Okay. Good morning, all. I'm pleased on behalf of the Executive Council of the Bahamas Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union to announce the dates of nomination of officers, our triannual general election, our triannual meeting, and the election of officers for the term 2000 for the ensuing 3-year term. The Executive Council met, and we have decided that January 29th will be the date for nomination of officers. The triannual general meeting of the union will be held on February 25th and 26th, with the 26th being set aside for the election of officers for the term moving forward. We are pleased to announce that the Executive Council, as commissioned, will be vying for office, with the exception of one, but we look forward to full compliance of the orders of the court. Even though we disagree with the order, we believe it is important to move the union forward and comply so that we can finally be on the way again to restoring our union and bringing about stability in the affairs of the over 6,000 workers that pay into this great organization.
Who's the one exception?
Well, there is one inclusion because we have an officer who is not 100% well, but that will be announced at the nomination. The actual nomination will give the complete cast of officers for the 18.
Are you concerned about the chances or the Executive Council's chances this time around?
Well, concerned, I wouldn't say that I'm concerned, but anytime you're going to an election, I hear a lot of talk about who is going to win, who is not going to win. My philosophy is you have not won until you've won.
And what are some of the things the council will focus on if returned following the election?
Once we are returned, we would focus on the greatest challenge for this union over the last few years has been our constitution. It is archaic. It does not speak to the reality that we are currently in, and based on the positions that were taken from Dave Beckford and the Executive Council, both positions are founded in our Constitution. So the Constitution is contradictory in a lot of cases. So one of the key things is to focus on the reformation of that Constitution. The biggest thing, however, would be to right-size the business of the union and to right-size what has been happening for years as it relates to the workers. Some of our biggest challenges today come from employers who were, I guess, carrying on in a way that went unchallenged by the union, and it seemed to form a pattern of behavior that has taken away in every aspect benefits from the workers. We find that pay that is due to workers have not been given to them because, again, the union over the last few years, from an Executive Council perspective, we've been so embroiled in battle internally that the persons who pay into the union did not get the service that they were supposed to get. So our focus is the Constitution and to continue bringing about justice for workers in the workplace. Not only pay, because pay is one thing. You can be paid $1 million, but if the conditions of employment are not right, then someone could wake up, don't like the way you look, and terminate you. So the business of the union is serious business. It has been taken, in my opinion, lightly for a long time, but we hope to really get things where they need to be and to negotiate a solid contract for the workers.
I suppose a change in leadership would always delay business of any organization. How hard or how important is this battle upcoming for you, if you can call it that?
Well, I would say it is so important for the persons who pay into this organization, not necessarily for Nicole and her team or any team. It is important for the workers, for our members, to ensure that their business can continue to be taken care of. Anytime there is a change in administration, anytime there is a diversion of attention, which in my opinion, this has been a complete derailment of our efforts. So it is very, very important for our members to come out and to vote and to ensure that there is no break in service as far as their business is concerned.
Talking about some of the break in service, so to speak, there's been some talk about some union members who would have not had benefits paid out. For example, if a member dies, the family has not received the benefits. There's been some talk about that. Can you confirm or deny those sorts of incidences? Are you aware of them? And what is the plan to address issues like that moving forward?
Well, if you would go back a couple of years, you would know that the union was in and out of court every week. That put a tremendous strain on the efficiency of our service. We also had a situation where the resources, the money of the union was taken. Fixed deposit accounts were done away with. The actual funds of the union were under heavy menace. So our administration was faced with a significant backlog of persons to pay. As is the case with any organization that has continuous enrollment or continuous requests for payment of a benefit, we will never have a day when there are no pending benefits to be paid. So there are benefits being pending, but what this administration had to do, we had to actually pay out not only benefits, there were persons that were terminated prior to us coming in. We had to go and pay them so that there were no further court matters. There were cases where the union did not meet its obligation to certain vendors, to certain government institutions. The union had to, our administration had to go in and fix all of these things. So it has not been the easiest ride, but I'm happy that we were able to stabilize this organization to the point where the doors have not closed, and we are still able to pay all of the benefits to our members, even though there was a delay in those payments.
Do you have any numbers as to how many cases would have been pending when you came in?
They were in the hundreds. Sickness benefits, death benefits. It was a significant amount.